What's going on, guys? So today's video is pretty simple. I want to make some announcements that I'll make at the end. If you stay to the end, you'll hear those announcements. You see pictures of my family. For Mother's Day weekend, we spent the weekend with my family, with my mother and my father. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all the mothers in the world that deserve the shout out. The single mothers, the married mothers. I mean, I'll get into that later, but to all the mothers who are trying their best to hold it down, I'm not here to tell anybody how to be a mother. I'm not here to, I can educate and try my best to give my opinion, and that's what most of my channel has become, more opinionated of what I've experienced in life. But I want to shout out my mother. I want to shout out a lot of my aunts and cousins and friends who are trying their best to find out or figure out what's the best way to be a mother. And I can't educate that because I'm a man, right? I will never be a mother. But I wanted to give this, all the women that are mothers who are doing their best to provide and educate the kids for a best possible life. I can't tell you what way to be a better mother than to say, in my opinion, put God first. When you put God first in anything, it's hard to go through some struggles because a lot of our struggles we go through as men and women are personal choices of certain sins or decisions that we make that we end up in these single fathers and single mother situations. But I just wanted to give a shout out to women and to mothers especially that are trying their best way to provide for the children, to educate the children without bringing toxicity in, without bringing, a lot of stuff, a lot of our own flaws. I'm not a mother, but I say our own as a parent is, a lot of women who can educate and feed and protect their kids without bringing their own PTSDs and their own fears, involved in the transitioning of raising children. So you see pictures of you don't see many pictures of my mother because she don't like to be posted. That's one. And two, what I like about my mother and what I love about my mother outside of her raising me and she's been a big support system to my growth as a man. They say women can't raise men. I do believe that's true, but I do believe women definitely have a big part. If they weren't raised messed up, or if they were raised messed up and they grew to educate themselves on what's the best possible way they could be a mother, then yeah, a mother does have input on men and on young boys for sure. I don't believe women can fully raise a young man by themselves because they're not meant to understand and identify the experience, but they do have a lot of input on, real mothers and good mothers have a lot of input on what they would want to see a man doing, and whether it's being with one woman, being faithful to that one woman, or providing for that one woman, and helping men regulate, the proper mothers helping men regulate their emotions to understand that there's times to be emotional and there's times to not be emotional. A lot of mothers, they raise their sons emotionally, so when they go out into the world, they don't know when they sometimes have to be aggressive, when they sometimes have to stand up against something that's right. You know what I'm saying? But I love my mother because she helps me understand the psychology of humans and for me not to judge anyone. And she does agree that, men, there are times where we got to step up to the plate and protect and be aggressive. And she understands that, there are times where you can have your emotions and be sad or cry or whatever it is, but do that. Don't stay in it too long to where you're not progressing. She's all about progression. And, my mother supported me in my GSG business. She's the big part of the reason, if not the only reason, through God, that even made me want to create a channel. I've spoke about my life on this channel before. Y'all can go back and watch the video, so I won't go too much into it. But if it wasn't for my mother, I would like to say that I wasn't born in the most normal circumstance. But how she raised me with a little toughness to understand that although you were born the way you were born, she pushed me to say, if you feel like you're not normal, then you're going to do normal things. And because you feel the way you feel in the circumstances you're faced with, you got to work 10 times harder as a man to either reach normal or be greater, because she didn't just baby me through my whole life experiences. I'm sure there were times she did, and she did spoil me, but a lot of my experience, she didn't just baby me. And I just want to shout out my mother and all the mothers doing the right things to raise their kids, if they are the right things. You know, shout out to y'all. Happy Mother's Day. I know it's belated. This video is late, but I've been having a lot of personal stuff with work, and that's what holds me back. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I love my mother. Shout out to you for being a support system. And the reason why GSG Jewelry is not up, I wanted to launch a sale, and I'm probably still going to do so, is because I've jumped into some other business ventures that I feel like will provide more for society, to encourage more society, and hopefully my exploits and my things that I'm trying to get into, you guys can read into that and see that. I'm partnering up with a few people, and you know, jewelry is cool. Jewelry will be a part of what I'm doing next, but it won't be the sole part. I'm planning a giveaway, if y'all can stay for that announcement. I'm gonna be, you know, not today, but along this week, I will be announcing a giveaway now that I've stabilized over 2,000 subscribers. I don't know if I should make this video about that right now, but yeah, look out for the giveaway. Look out for maybe one last GSG sale, because I'm jumping into something else, another site. And, you know, I got some opportunities opened up that I think are better for my path instead of what I've been doing before. And plus, the jewelry, you know, community, I don't know, to me, and this is my opinion on YouTube, has become nasty, has become very competitive to the point that it's not healthy. You got a lot of insecure people flaunting and flashing things that are fake, which is fine. I'm not talking about the jewelry itself. I'm talking about the lifestyle that these people are flashing. They're all competing each other, fighting against each other, and trying to expose each other and expose different things when they're not all being true to themselves. So, you know, that's just my opinion. And I will go into another video addressing that. So, yeah, I stopped doing jewelry just because I wanted to. Y'all could say, oh, you went broke, you couldn't afford it. That's all opinionated, and I don't really care what y'all believe. I'm about to drop a semi-flexing video to show you how much more jewelry I accumulated since I stopped doing reviews. But it's whatever people think, it doesn't matter to me. I have real jewelry, fake jewelry, mid-grade, high-grade, and I do that for the support of the love of jewelry as a whole, for those who can't afford it, all the way to those who can't afford it, who can't and can't afford it. And I see myself as a leader. I see myself as not, you know, as somebody who's forever learning. I'm still learning every day from my own daughter, Mia. As y'all see the pictures of Mia, I learn from her. I learn from my father. I learn from all of those who were before me, good and bad things that I try to implement or take out of my life that I've picked up throughout my journey. Sorry, my hair's a little messed up, but I've been focusing more on myself and focusing on the content that I want to put out there that I feel will better feed the community. So whatever anybody believes, that's fine. That's your opinion. I'm not going to go debating and fighting against it. I'm doing way better in my life mentally, physically. I lost a lot of weight. I've been focusing, and I'm a religious man, so I've been putting a lot more of my faith in God. I've been very ungrateful for what I've been blessed with over time, and I've learned to be very grateful for the simple things that I do have in the family that I do have around. So before I get out of here, shout out again to the mothers. Shout out again to, you know, like I said, to all the mothers, and I'll address things concerning mothers in another video, and I'll definitely have a Father's Day video where I will drop a daddy-daughter date or several dates that I've had with my daughter, explaining what I've learned in my journey as a father, and just things of that nature. I hope you guys can love this video, like this video, promote it if y'all want, you know what I'm saying? But please like, comment, and subscribe. If I don't like this content, it's fine. I'm here to feed the people more things to think about, more things to, you know, educate yourself on, and be more psychologically and physically healthy for yourself as an individual. I know I preach being an alpha, but that's not what my life is about. When I talk about being an alpha, it's just everybody is a leader in their own right, and you just got to find that leader in you that, you know, a leader also has to learn how to follow, and that's how you learn. You got to follow first, and know that the people you're following, if they're the proper leaders for you, and just start your own movement, but always put God first. Just know to put God first. can't be a leader without following first and getting a proper education and knowing how to lead the rest. That's what's important, is being that leader that can educate those behind you as well as those in front of you, and those in front of you educating you, and everyone has that leader inside them, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that, get that out the way, that I'm not here to make one sex or race dominant than the other. But I hope y'all like this content. I hope y'all love this content. 1, 2, 3, I'm out.